Good day, gentlemen. I've been with my girl for over 7 years, and I've recently discovered something that is quickly helping us build an even deeper bond. But first, I got a question for you. When was the last time that your mind made up some elaborate negative story about your relationship? Probably not too long ago, right? Because your mind is a master storyteller. But most of the stories it tells you are complete and utter bullshit. For example, that your girl isn't even that attracted to you because you haven't had sex in a couple days, or that your relationship and your sex life will get boring over time, or that she's only with you for your money, or that she's cheating on you because she hasn't texted you back in 3 hours while you're on long distance. It really doesn't take a genius to realize that buying into such stories would destroy every single possibility of you ever building this supportive, passionate, deep relationship you truly want. And here's the catch. All these examples I just gave are stories that my mind actually told me at one point or another. Let's make one thing very clear. Boys react to these stories. Boys react in accordance to whatever is thrown at them. But men think and they respond asymmetrically. And this is what builds true depth in a relationship. So let me teach you what I mean with this and how you can do it too, so that you can finally build this one relationship you truly want. Because thinking asymmetrically is pretty self-explanatory, but it's only the middleman for the result that we truly want. Before we get to this result, this action that you really want to do, you first need to understand that instead of reacting, you can actually, in any situation, ask yourself, what's actually happening here? And figure out the truth. As an example, let's say your woman is angry, and instead of reacting to that and thinking she's angry at you, or even getting upset at her for being so angry at you, you understand that really she's just stressed out and needs to let off some steam. And then you're like, oh, but that's difficult to do. I can't control my thoughts. Thoughts are this, I don't know, out there thing that I can't have any control over. Bullshit. Can you think of a pink elephant right now? Yes, you can. So you can control your thoughts, my friend. Stop seeing thoughts and feelings as this elusive, nebulous thing that you have no control over, because this allows you to do the thing that will change everything for you. Respond asymmetrically with your words and with your actions. Instead of shutting down or arguing or getting upset, you turn that negativity that your woman is maybe throwing at you when she's angry about whatever, and you turn it into positivity. You see what's actually going on. You see through the veil. And then you give her a hug and you tell her it's okay. Imagine you could do that every single time when there is some situation of conflict. Imagine you wouldn't take anything personal anymore. How would that change your relationship? How would it change your self-image? How would it change your confidence? This is difficult because it's scary. It takes balls. Because what if your initial thoughts, your initial fears, those stories your mind tell you are true? What if you are in those moments giving love to a person who will abuse that love? But most likely this is not the case, because our initial impulsive reactions to things are usually mechanisms to protect ourselves, to not open old wounds again. And even if those thoughts were true, by shutting down, resenting her, or even shouting back, you won't figure out the truth anyway. You will just keep this cycle of you and her hurting each other going. The only way to figure out her true intentions is to respond in a way that makes her feel safe to express herself without having any walls up. And yes, this is difficult, but if anyone is able to do this, then it's us, you and me, because we are the men who do difficult things. We are the men who stray off the beaten path to find a better one. We are the men who are crazy enough to believe that we can in some way change the world. We regularly do things that most people categorize as crazy shit, like building a business, or running an ultramarathon, or getting up every day at 6 a.m. and taking a cold shower, or traveling the world, or becoming a pro athlete. We are the men who are more comfortable being in the arena versus being in the stands of the arena, watching someone else do what we know we could also do. And look, I know this whole topic of responding in this way, of not letting things get to you, of not taking things personal, might sound overwhelming. So if you want help with this, just know that I do offer coaching and mentoring for driven men who are interested in learning from me directly. Anyway, this is a key part of building your maturely masculine core. Think of James Bond responding to threat with humor. Think of Aragorn from The Lord of the Rings responding to danger with courage instead of fear. You might think that only a certain kind of man is able to do this, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that man once was where you are right now, and they simply learned and practiced what I'm telling you here. The key is the middleman, your thoughts, because thoughts create actions. Every action started with an idea. Decades ago, someone had the idea to build a machine to capture beautiful moments. And decades later, I'm sitting here with a modern camera filming a video for you. If you feel threatened in any way, shape, or form in a moment of conflict with your woman, then you won't act lovingly and calmly, which would actually help her calm down and express her truth and feel safe. No, instead, you will throw the exact same threat back to her through your words and through your actions, which will just keep that cycle of conflict going. If you can control your thoughts, you can do what David Deida talks about in many of his books. You can stay unperturbed, rooted in your masculine, like a rock in the chaotic ocean of her feminine. Because what happens then is she can throw hurtful things at you, as the wild feminine that we love so much and are so attracted to sometimes does. Not because she doesn't respect you, but actually because she trusts you enough to express that pain. And you can just stand there lovingly, openly, and tell her and show her that you will not love her less. And this does not only lead to you having more peace in yourself, in your life, in your relationship, it also leads to your woman having even more trust for you, because now she can be in her light feminine energy. Look, there are certain narratives in your subconscious mind from the past that are now influencing your assumptions about the present or even about the future. For example, I got bullied quite heavily as a teenager. I was kind of an outcast. Not kind of, I was an outcast. And I also experienced quite a bit of betrayal from my friends back then. Stuff like me asking them like, hey, wanna hang out later today after school, whatever? And they were like, nah, man, I'm busy. I have this fucking doctor's appointment or some bullshit. And then later on, I would in the evening be alone at home and check the Snapchat map and see that all my friends were at one of the guys' houses and just whatever, having a house party, and I wasn't invited. And then of course, my mind expected that same thing to happen when I got into my relationship. And the worst thing is that thoughts like this will actually push away someone who would have been healthy and good for you, someone who would have given you peace. Someone recently commented on my videos that he ended things with his girl because he was so insecure. And he went on to say, I want to read this to you. He went on to say, but through it, I could finally see that the stories we tell ourselves are exactly that. Stories. Those narratives need to be questioned. Our mind is very good at thinking in patterns, but just because someone we had met in the past gave us a bad experience, that doesn't mean that someone we will meet now will also give us a bad experience. Of course, this is particularly important if you and or your partner struggle with either anxious or avoidant attachment styles. I don't even really use the word attachment style anymore. I call them attachment wounds, because that's what they are. Old wounds triggering old narratives in our mind when really there is no problem at all. Me getting betrayed by friends made me anxious that my girl was cheating on me when she didn't text me back for a couple hours, even though in reality she was just on one of the many spontaneous hikes with her grandparents and didn't have phone service. See how my mind is feeding me a false narrative from the past that isn't even true, but that would eventually destroy this relationship if I bought into it? Brother, control your thoughts. and act lovingly and securely. If you want to build this maturely masculine core and you want to either transform your current relationship or from scratch build a relationship that has this depth, then I want to offer you my help, and I want to explain to you how you could literally be talking to me personally within a couple hours from now for free. Because I've already helped a bunch of driven men get from a point very similar to where you are at right now to a point where they had built this deep relationship where their woman was so loving, so radiant, so open, and they felt so supported and trusted and at peace. These men were either afraid of ending up in the cycle that so many men end up in, where they go from failed relationship to failed relationship, or they had already found the woman that they want to spend their life with, but they were secretly afraid that they didn't have the skills and the knowledge necessary to make this a lifelong partnership. And what I offered them, and what I also want to offer to you now, is a free alignment call with me personally. Quick disclaimer, this is not a free coaching call. This is not for guys who want some quick fix bullshit advice. This is not what I'm here for. This is a waste of my time. I am here to help men make a true, deep transformation. So this alignment call is basically an opportunity for you and me to discuss what is actually holding you back from building this relationship and to figure out whether there is a good fit for both of us to work together. I'll just do what everyone else on YouTube is too afraid to do when they tell their audience that they offer some kind of service or how they can help them. I'll just cut through the bullshit here. You know that I can help you. Otherwise you wouldn't have watched this full video. You're not here to waste 15 minutes of your valuable time. You're here to make a transformation. So if you're actually serious about making that transformation, then what you can do is you can click the link in the description of this video. It will take you to a page where you fill out an application form. It takes 2 minutes, it's 6 questions. And if your application goes through, then you can automatically schedule that free alignment call with me right then and there. Meaning you could literally be talking to me in a couple hours from now if my calendar is free. Stop messing around, brother. Stop procrastinating. Click that link right now, fill out the application, get the help you want to get, and then hopefully we'll talk very, very soon on one of those alignment calls. I'll see you in there. Have a great day.